Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Pranams Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Pranams Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. So we
Hare
can
Krishna
start.
Mataji, Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna. Let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jyaudirayet nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamaśloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter, verse number 48. Manasaiva pure devaha purva rupam vipashyati अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवान अजः. वेंकट नरसिम्हा प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. मनसैव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विपश्यति अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवानजः. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा. मधुमय कृष्णा कांता माता जी, हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manasaiva Pure Devaha Purvarupam Vipashyati Anumimamsate Apurvam Manasa Bhagavan Ajaha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा. चित्र मोहिनी माता जी, हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manasaiva Pure Devaha Purvarupam Vipashyati Anumimamsate Apurvam Manasa Bhagavanajah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा. मधुमती विलासनी माता जी, हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. मनसैव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विपश्यति अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवानजः. थैंक यू माताजी. हरे
थैंक यू हरे
कृष्ण.
कृष्णा. रेवती रत्नांगी माता जी, हरे कृष्णा. रेवती रत्नांगी माता जी, हरे कृष्णा. Oh, all right, whenever she can. Usha Dayavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manasaiva Pure Devaha Purvarupam Vipasyati Anumimamsate Apurvam Manasa Bhagavan Ajaha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Pran Nandini Madhvi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. प्रणाम माताजी.
Dhanapana.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. मनसैव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विपश्यति अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवान् अजः. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Revati Ratnangi Mataji, can you unmute now? Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manasaiva Pura Devaha Purvarupam Ivashati Anumimansate Apurva Manasa Bhagavan. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Suramya Madhvi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम. मनसैव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विपश्यति अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवानजः. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Uttama Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. मनसेव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विपश्यति अनुमीमांसते अपूर्वं मनसा भगवानजः. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Pushpa Yashomati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. प्रणाम माताजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. मनसैव पुरे देवः पूर्वरूपं विवस्यति अनुमीमांसते पूर्वं मनसा भगवानजः हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू माताजी
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Manasa, by the mind, eva, indeed, pure, in his abode or within everyone's heart, like the super soul. Devaha, the demigod Yamraj. Divyatiti Devaha, one who is always brilliant and illuminated, is called Deva. Purva Rupam, the past religious or irreligious condition. Vipashyati, completely observes. Anumi Mam Shate, he considers. Apurvam, the future condition. Manasa, within his mind. Bhagavan, who is omnipotent. Aja, as good as Lord Brahma. Translation by His Divine Grace Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. The omnipotent Yamraj is as good as Lord Brahma. For while situated in his own abode or in everyone's heart, like the Paramatma, he mentally observes the past activities of a living entity and thus understands how the living entity will act in future lives. Purport by His Divine Grace Shri Prabhupada. One should not consider Yamraj an ordinary living being. He is as good as Lord Brahma. He has the complete cooperation of the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart. And therefore, by the grace of the Super Soul, he can see the past, present, and future of a living being from within. The word Anu Mi Mam Sate means that he can decide in consultation with the Super Soul. Anu means following. The actual decisions concerning the next lives of the living entities are made by the Super Soul, but they are carried out by Yamraj. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurmiltan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam. He Krishna Karina Sindhu Din Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Saptakante Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. The omnipotent Yamraj is as good as Lord Brahma, for while situated in his own abode or in everyone's heart like the Paramatma, he mentally observes the past activities of a living entity and thus understands how the living entity will act in future lives. Okay, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, which is called as the Prescribed Duties of Mankind, chapter 1, which is called as what?
The history
history of Ajamila life.
The history of the life of a Jamil. And here, who's speaking this verse? Who's speaking? Who's speaking this verse?
Because this is the speaking Mataji.
The Yamdutas, yes, the Yamdutas are speaking this verse and they're answering the query raised by Vishnudutas that since you declare yourself to be the order carriers of Yamaraj and you are questioning our possession over the soul of a Jamil, so now you tell us what is religion and what is irreligion, who is to be punished and who is not to be punished. So this is a sequence of answers that Yamdutas are giving. And yesterday, it was made clear that whatever the life is a continuation, and whatever as the springtime in the past, in the present indicates the nature of the springtime in the past and futures. Like that, whatever activities we are doing at the moment is going to decide what kind of religious or irreligious activities were going on in the past and what we'll be doing in future. So it is a continuation. Okay, so the secret is actually out. There is no secret that somebody else has to suffer for our sins. No, we carry our baggage, or we actually get rid of the baggage altogether and go back to home, back to Godhead. So Prabhupada is explaining two, three things in this verse from what I can infer. First of all, he's declaring the position of Yamraj. So Yamraj is not an ordinary living entity. He's not. He's as good as Brahma in the sense that he's getting knowledge from Krishna in the heart. You know, Brahma, Adi Brahma, Hriday Mohyanti Yat Suryaha, right? So the Brahma got knowledge from Krishna in the heart. Like that, Yamaraj can consult the super soul in the heart. Anumi Masate means he can decide in consultation with the super soul. So, super soul dictates it to Yamaraj, and Yamaraj carries out the order of the super soul. There is no barrier. You see, it is a very free-flowing conversation between the super soul and the soul. There is no barriers. It's a very elevated position. We may get, do you get this? Like we may get this little noise or little like consultation or advice from the heart, but how many times we act contrary to what our heart is saying? Do you get that?
Yes,
Says
Mataji.
so there's a barrier there, and the barrier is because of the three modes of material nature. Because of our situation in the material world, we are not able to access what the super soul is trying to tell us without any problem in between, without any barrier in between. So first is that Yamaraj's position is made very clear that he is getting knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the heart, like as good as Brahma, like as Brahma got, and he can actually consult, and super soul can dictate, and Yamaraj carries out the order of the super soul. In that way, it is akarma. Okay, and Prabhupada gives example of a high court judge. The high court judge may be writing death penalty or various kinds of punishments to different criminals, but he doesn't carry that karma, or she doesn't carry that karma, because it is on the basis of the platform of a duty from where they are situated, if they are doing it that in that manner. But Yamaraj is constantly doing it in that manner. That's number one. And number two, as I see, Prabhupada is again emphasizing, he has the complete cooperation of the Supreme Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart. So the same Supreme Lord who is situated in my heart, who is situated in your heart, who is situated in every living entity's heart, is also situated in Yamaraj's heart, but he has the complete cooperation because of his intensity and degree of surrender to the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And because of that, Krishna gives complete protection and intelligence, right? Matta, Sritir, Jnanam, Pohanam, Cha. So we can see what is past, present, and future. So he can see Trikal Yagya. Trikal, Kal means time, Tri means three, Yagya means vision. So you can have the vision of the past, present, and future. Okay, and then the second thing is that our activities are being constantly witnessed. And it's not that we can say that Yamaraj, who comes in the domain of the jurisdiction of Yamaraj, is only a civilized human being who has an intelligence to make decisions properly, pious, impious, or spiritual. That is the only person, or that's the only species that comes under jurisdiction of the Yamaraj. Like Prabhupada explains that in city there may be a magistrate, but not everybody is coming under the jurisdiction of magistrate. Only the handful who do the criminal activities come under the jurisdiction of magistrate. Like that. So if somebody is chanting Hare Krishna and has surrendered to Krishna, they don't see Yamadutas even in their dream. They don't see them. So Prabhupada has given us reassurance that if we continue to follow the process, we are not going to be in the jurisdiction of the punishment by Yamaraj. That's a very nice place to be in, by the way. Okay, so who comes in the jurisdiction, and then how Yamaraj is actually making a decision. For example, Prabhupada again explains that how by hearing, by observing. Like Prabhupada explains that a high court judge generally just by hearing can quickly come to a conclusion of what the jurisdiction is going to be. But so similarly, Yamraj is observing our activities in the past, present, future. Now, somebody may raise the question that how does he manage to remember so many activities of so many living entities? They're innumerable. We are just talking about Earth planet, humans in Earth, but there are so many living entities everywhere. So Prabhupada explains that by the virtue of the austerity, the memory is so sharp, like it used to be in Satyayug. There were no books. right? Because of the austerity, because of the sense control was so intense and so strong that whatever one would hear from the mouth of the guru, that they'll remember for the rest of their life. They don't need to write down anywhere. They don't need to go back and look at it again. They just remember it. They can just like bring it out as shad. So it says, Prabhupada explains that if we do the austerity, which pleases Krishna, okay, austerity at least in the mode of goodness, not passion, not in ignorance, actually can enhance and nurture our existence, even in this platform where we are right now. Right now, wherever we are not even like we are not even extracting, or we are not utilizing our full potential that we are born with. Right, but so we need, so how do we do that? Person who is not in Krishna consciousness, they look at opportunities to bring out their potential externally. Externally, let me go try out this course in this university. Let me go try out this hobby. Let me go try out this particular experiment. Like they're like all these things are going on under the three modes of nature for exhibiting or exhibiting one's more potential. But person who is in Krishna consciousness, or who is trying to be in Krishna consciousness, will try to exhibit its potential in service to Krishna by following the orders of the acharyas. Just by, not by inventing anything new, just by following the orders of the acharyas, aligning one's life in that particular fashion, and very submissively going ahead with that particular service to the parampara, one becomes very nourished from all spheres of life, all spheres of life, whether it is mental or spiritual or physical or emotional or social, everything is taken care of. So it's a very wholesome program. So the only thing is, so these are three things. One is that Yamaraj's position is made clear. Second is that the who is under the jurisdiction of Yamaraj. And third is that how Yamaraj is making the decision. What is he, and how, and why, if somebody raises the question, then how Yamaraj is even able to remember all those activities, is because there is consultation with the super soul, because that intelligence, that memory is given by Krishna himself. How can I be? How can we nurture our potential like that? By following the orders of the acharyas and increasing our surrender day by day, moment by moment, no matter what stage one is in. Okay, this is not like a material world. In material world, for example, if somebody wants to enroll in a course, then there is a certain age limit, right? After at this particular age, you cannot apply. But in Krishna consciousness, whenever, the doors are always open. Jagannath is always standing with the open arms to welcome everyone, whoever wants to come. So please come. Don't hesitate. If there are questions, if there are doubts, bring them out and get them address them, so our movement towards Krishna only becomes more and more smooth, and we are not hindering it, but because of our mental jargon that we have been doing for so many lifetimes. This is where this whole thing is going. This is where the whole Bhagavatam is going, basically, right? This whole, like, Ajamil is not going to be under the jurisdiction of Yamaraj anymore, because he's going back to Krishna. So it's actually, we can take it as a welcome invitation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It doesn't matter. What is done. Start now. Start afresh every day, every moment. But become serious in that. Not like, again, fall down, again, do this. That's fine if somebody is doing it subconsciously or unconsciously, but consciously, if somebody is doing it, then it will be a far-fetched goal, because Krishna is in the heart and there's so many witnesses everywhere. I think I'll stop here. Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections? Somebody has a hand up, or is it just Krishna?